As a realtor or an agent, then you work under a brokerage to sell real estate and make commissions and earn money for the real estate that you do sell. But in order for your brokerage to pay you the commissions that you earn, you have to provide to them a W-9 form. So in this video here, I am going to walk you step by step on how to prepare the W-9 form so you can provide to your brokerage and you can receive any monies that you earn from selling real estate. But before we get started, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Keisha Rondino. I am a real estate and business CPA. My goal is to educate you on tax and business strategies so you can save on taxes, keep more of the money you make, and build wealth in your business and your investments. So let's get into it. Let's start off by talking a little bit about the W-9 form as a whole and why you need to do it. And so the W-9 form is an IRS form that includes all of the information needed for your brokerage to provide to you your commissions and your 1099 form at the end of the year. And so, working under your brokerage, you are considered to be an independent contractor. And so, as an independent contractor, if you earn $600 or more throughout the year for your real estate sales, then your brokerage is required to provide you with a 1099 form. When they prepare the 1099 form, they will file a copy with the IRS so they can have a copy, but they will also provide you with a copy as well too, because you're going to use that 1099 form in order to file your taxes. Usually the W-9 form is provided to you when you're onboarding into your brokerage. If you happen to don't receive it at that time, then you will most likely definitely receive it before the end of the year because that is the time that the 1099s that has to be issued to you must be prepared. I usually suggest that you complete the W-9 form sooner than later and provide it to your brokerage because you just want them to have it on file. You don't want the end of the year to come and then you're scrambling trying to complete it and provide it to them. And just if you do it early and get it out the way, that would ensure that you will receive all of your 1099 documents on time. So let's get into it. This is how you're going to provide your W-9 form. This is the entire W-9 form. And so as you can see, it is only one page long, so it really shouldn't take you very long to prepare and complete to get back to the requester. Let's start with line one. So if you are a realtor or agent that operates completely just under your name with no business structure that is set up or entity structure that is set up, you're going to include your name on line one. If you happen to operate as a LLC and you're the only owner, which makes you a single member LLC, you're also going to include your name on line one. Now, if you operate your real estate business as a S corporation, C corporation, or partnership, then you are going to include the actual business name on line one. So for this example here, this person is going to be Bonnie Smith, and she operates her real estate agent business as a single member LLC. So we're going to include her name here, Bonnie Smith, because she's the only owner of her company. So moving on to line two, this is where you're going to report the name of the business LLC that you operate under. So Bonnie is a single member LLC, and so we're going to include her business name, which is BS Real Estate LLC. If you operate your real estate business as a C Corp, S Corp, partnership, or trust, and you are taxed as a different name or the business operates under a different name than the entity was created as, you're going to include with that business name here on line two. Moving on to 3A, this is where you're going to select how you are taxed with the IRS. And so there are 7 selections here, and you're going to select just one. So the first one is if you are an individual or sole proprietor. That means if you have no entity structure that is set up, you select that box. If you established the entity as a C corporation, it would be C Corp. You would select S Corp if you were set up as an S Corp, as well as partnership, trust, or estate. Now, if you established an LLC, and you are taxed as a corporation, taxed as an S Corp or a partnership, you're going to select the LLC box and you're going to put into this box here whether you are taxed as a C Corp, S Corp, or a partnership. Now, Bonnie Smith, she is a single member LLC, taxed as a single member LLC, so we're going to select LLC there. Moving on to line 3B, if you are a operate as a corporation, C Corp, S Corp, partnership, or trust, then any of the owners or even the beneficiaries, if they are foreign, if they're a foreign partner, then you are going to select this box here to notify the requester that there are some foreign partners that are associated with the business. Moving over to box 4, this is where you're going to include any exemptions that apply to your entity. Not very common, but it may apply to you. Moving on to line 5, this is where you're going to include the address of either the business or the individual. And so Bonnie Smith Business is located at 123 Main Street in Realty, Texas, zip code 12345. And so the requester's name and address, this is optional. When you receive a W-9 from a requester, they may include their name on their address. It would be in this box here. Or if when you are completing the form, you know you want this form to go specifically to just this, to the requester and no one else, you can include the requester's name and address there. It is completely optional, so it's not necessary in order to complete the form. Again, account numbers is optional. This is if you have an account number with the requester, you can include that information here and provide it when you provide this form to them. Moving on to part 4, this is where you're going to include either the social security number of the owner or the EIN number for the business name. Now on line 1, if you have included your name and you operate as a individual sole proprietor in your real estate business, then you are going to include your social security number in part 1. If you happen to operate as a LLC, single member LLC, and you have an EIN that is associated with it, you're going to include the EIN number here under employer identification number. And if you operate your real estate business as a corporation, so C Corp, S Corp, partnership, or a trust, you are going to include the EIN number under the employer identification number as well. So the only time that you would include the social security number is if you're operating as a sole proprietor, just an individual that is selling real estate and you're not using any type of business structure. So in this example here, Bonnie Smith operates BS Real Estate LLC, and she has an EIN. So we are going to include her EIN here. So moving on to part 2, this is where you're going to certify the information that you have included on this W-9 form. And in order to certify it, you are going to sign and you are going to date it. Once you have completed it, signed and dated, you're going to provide it to the requester, in which they're going to, in turn, complete a 1099 form that will be filed with the IRS, and they're going to provide you with a copy as well so you can include on your tax filing. So that is how you are going to complete your W-9 form to turn into your broker. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you are a real estate professional and you are looking for business and tax strategies and ways to save on taxes and keep more of the money you make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Feel free to drop any questions below and check the description box for additional resources that can be helpful for you in operating your business and saving on taxes. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.